We've just had some remarkably open information from Moscow on what they believe phase 2 of their invasion, or their limited military operation as they call it, will look like. They have said that once they capture the Donbass, this large area in the far east of Ukraine, that will give them a land bridge to Crimea. They say that they will encircle Mariupol, the city that we've talked about for so long, and then that they will push west, that they hope to create a land bridge to Transnistria. Now, Transnistria is to the northwest of Odessa. It's part of Moldova, a separate country, but it is a breakaway part of Moldova, which is already aligned to Russia. Now, this is really interesting stuff. Transnistria already has a unit of around about 1,000 Russian soldiers who are based permanently there. Combine that with Transnistrians who are aligned with Russia as well, and there is, for Putin, a friendly force within that breakaway part of Moldova. So this is pretty alarming stuff. I think it's worth remembering that what Putin intends to do and what he is capable of doing are two different things, and that much has been proven by the disastrous efforts that the Russians had when they tried to take Kiev in the early stages of this war. But I've just spoken to sources in Chisinau, the capital of Moldova, and they confirm what I discovered when I was there a few weeks ago, which is that Moldovans are very, very nervous. They believe that if Putin has the ability to push into Transnistria or indeed to Moldova proper, then he will. Moldova is not a member of NATO. It feels at the moment very vulnerable indeed. So this plan appears to be to create a land bridge right across the south of the country to isolate cities like Odessa and Mariupol and Melitopol as well, those cities along the south. And create this land bridge. As I say, the will is there, the ability of the Russians to do that, well, perhaps not.
And Mark, you're talking to us from Zaporizhzhia. What is the situation on the ground there?
Well, this is the town where all those who are trying to escape those cities in the south of the country try to get to. They try to get into Ukraine proper, territory that is not occupied by Russia, and they are arriving in dwindling numbers, it has to be said, because it is harder and harder to get out. And what struck us here is that nowhere's safe in Ukraine. There were air raid sirens through the course of the day yesterday. We haven't actually heard any today, or at least I haven't. I think there have been a couple. But the missiles that the Russians are firing are hitting towns like this as well. We visited a sanatorium here on an island that is in the middle of the river that cuts this city in half. That was hit yesterday by a Russian cruise missile. 8 people were injured. The railway line runs very close to that sanatorium over the island, and we're told by the Ukrainians that at the time an evacuation train was on that track and that the windows were smashed in by the cruise missile that hit nearby. We don't know why the Russians decided to strike that particular point. There is military on the island, but it just gives a sense that nowhere's safe in this country at the moment.